When I first heard about Fire Emblem Warriors, I was afraid it would be nothing more than the skins of my favorite Fire Emblem heroes lazily pasted onto a Dynasty Warriors template. It turns out that's not true. This entertaining 20-hour adventure manages to successfully combine many of Fire Emblem's unique strategy elements with some good old-fashioned button mashing. The bare-bones story takes place in the Fire Emblem universe, but where and when isn't exactly clear. There's some gibberish about a pair of twins having to seal away an evil dragon, and something about gathering magic stones that Fire Emblem heroes like Marth and Chrome just happen to possess after being sucked into another dimension. Nope, it doesn't make any sense. But honestly, I didn't care why my favorite characters magically appeared out of thin air. I just wanted them to help me crush my opponents, which they did quite well. What sets Fire Emblem Warriors apart from other warrior-style games is its focus on teamwork instead of a single hero curb-stomping swarms of enemies. Objectives like orchestrating a multi-pronged attack on enemy forts or having characters simultaneously activate terrain-altering triggers require a more thoughtful approach than the usual hack and slash. The biggest headache is trying to read the map, which is so packed with enemies it's hard to pick out an individual target. There's still plenty of satisfying button mashing, but thanks to the incorporation of both Fire Emblem's rock, paper, scissors weapon mechanic and the pair-up system which allows characters to assist, defend, or team up with each other, it never felt simplistic. I was busy directing units around the battlefield or switching between controlling them directly to experience their individual weapons and skills, almost all of which feel loyally translated from their respective games. I just wish heroes would do a little more thinking on their own. When they finish an objective, they'll sometimes just stand around instead of moving on. Don't get me wrong, I don't want the game to play itself, but they could take a little bit more of an initiative. I can't tell you how many times I hurled insults over a fort wall because I caught Camilla gold-bricking or Tiki picking her nose. It felt great to mow down enemies and issue commands while listening to some rockin' renditions of classic Fire Emblem tunes, but that doesn't mean you can just headbutt your way to victory. Combat gets a lot more challenging in the latter half of the story. That's when I really appreciated History Mode, a set of optional maps stacked with some truly hard-hitting baddies. It's a nice big playground where you can enjoy hack and slash to its fullest with fun time trials, acquire extra master seals to unlock a character's full combat abilities, and earn extra golden experience by battling enemy waves in arena mode. It's all designed to make grinding less of a chore, and it works. It's hard to be bored in the face of so much wonderful fan service. Fire Emblem Warriors features well over a dozen characters from Fates and Awakening and the original Fire Emblem. I loved watching them converse after forging a strong bond in the battlefield, even if it was just an exchange of pleasantries. It's these heartfelt moments that make the series so enduring, and while their interactions were rarely deep, they were still fun to watch. I was also charmed by the art style. The world pops with color and the character models look great. There's also a nice option to prioritize visual fidelity or a smoother frame rate. I didn't see any major performance issues in either mode, either playing in handheld or while docked. The exception is that the Switch struggled during the fun but superfluous split-screen multiplayer mode, but it wasn't anything game-breaking. The malleable quality of Fire Emblem's weapons triangle and pairing systems make them a natural fit for the hack-and-slash genre. Even when I could barely tell what was going on and my troops were a little too codependent, I enjoyed directing the action and jumping in to be a part of the carnage. And while Fire Emblem Warriors makes poor use of the Fire Emblem universe's story and history, we still get traces of the relationship between the characters that make it memorable. For more on Fire Emblem, check out our reviews of Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia and Fire Emblem Heroes.
I like the Black Origins.